Hi, I'm Paddycake, and this is my best friend, Brent. We've been besties for a while now, and one of the things we bonded over was our shared love of Madlibs. On Christmas a few years ago, Brent pitched the idea to me to create a show where we use AI art to accentuate the humor of Madlibs. 3 weeks later, we started filming, and we haven't stopped since. Through this project, we hope to share our weird humor and to highlight both the unexpected beauty and complete absurdity of AI-generated art. Welcome to MidJourney Madlibs. Hello, my darlings, and welcome back to the channel. If you're new, please come in and make yourself at home. My name is Paddycake. Welcome to Paddycake Games and another episode of the MidJourney Madlibs. And with me, as always, is my best friend and my co-host, Brent. How are you doing tonight?
I look like super washed out and ready at the same time.
That's an interesting combination. Do you need to take a break and go to the doctor?
Maybe I just need to turn up my ring light.
Right, we're not going to waste any time. You guys know how this works. We send each other Madlibs. We send each other the answers to go into those Madlibs. We then take those sentences. We run them through MidJourney. We create a series of art. We get together. We share it with each other, and we laugh. And that's the show. And we hope you like it. And if you do like it, look down below the video. There's a thumbs up button. It just means you like the video. Go ahead and click on that. And then if you're doing that, if you're feeling super saucy, you can click on the subscribe button. It's right next to it. That super helps out the channel a whole lot. And then if you really want to be thorough, you can ring the notification bell. That lets you know when new videos get posted to the channel. And then if you look in the description of the video, there's also a link to a Discord. Come and join the Discord. You can hang out with us. We can talk about stuff. It's super fun. That's it. That's the opening spiel. And I'm first. I'm first. I'm excited. I have a really fun art style this week because we decided that we wanted to add Courier and Ives to the wheel. It's something that both of us recognize from our childhood, something we grew up with. I remember seeing it in my grandmother's house all through the holiday season. This Madlib is called Blooper Market, and it's in the style of Courier and Ives. Courier and Ives was a New York City-based printmaking business operating from 1835 to 1907. Nathaniel Courier was born in Roxbury, Massachusetts on March 27, 1813. When he was 8 years old, his father died, leaving Nathaniel and his 11-year-old brother Lorenzo to provide for their two younger siblings and their mother. To accomplish this end, Nathaniel worked a series of odd jobs, and at 15, he started what became a lifelong career when he apprenticed in the Boston lithography shop of William and John Pendleton. In 1835, he created a lithograph that illustrated a fire sweeping through New York City's business district. The print of the Merchants Exchange sold thousands of copies in 4 days. Courier realized that there was a market for current news, so he turned out several more disaster prints and other inexpensive lithographs that illustrated local and national events. In 1840, he produced Awful Conflagration of the Steamboat Lexington, which was so successful that he was given a weekly insert in the New York Sun. The name Courier and Ives first appeared in 1857 when Courier invited the company's bookkeeper and accountant James Merritt Ives to become his partner. Ives was born on March 5, 1824 in New York City and was married to Caroline Clark, the sister-in-law of Nathaniel's brother Charles. Ives quickly became the general manager of the firm, handling the financial side of the business by modernizing the bookkeeping, reorganizing inventory, and streamlining the print process. The firm Courier and Ives described itself as publishers of cheap and popular prints. At least 7,500 lithographs were published in the firm's 72 years of operation. Artists produced 2 to 3 new images every week for 64 years, producing more than 1 million prints by hand-colored lithography. For the original drawings, Courier and Ives employed or used the work of many celebrated artists of the day, including James E. Buttersworth, George Ennis, Thomas Nast, and Eastman Johnston. The stars of the firm were Arthur Fitzwilliam Tate, who specialized in sporting scenes, Louis Maurer, who executed genre scenes, George H. Dury, who supplied winter scenes, and Frances Flora Bond Palmer, who liked to do picturesque panoramas of the American landscape. And she was also the first woman in the United States to make her living as a full-time artist. The prints depicted a variety of images of American life, including winter scenes, horse racing images, portraits of people and pictures of ships, sporting events, patriotic and historical events including ferocious battles of the American Civil War, the building of cities and railroads, and Lincoln's assassination. Because they were targeting a middle-class American customer, they inadvertently created a pictorial record of the values of the United States in the 19th century, which included, unfortunately, contemporary racism, particularly in a series of prints called the Darktown comics. They depicted African Americans in very demeaning ways, making a very clear mockery of them to their white counterparts. It's a good thing we've come a long way since then. Despite the questionable aspects of some of their work from a modern viewpoint, you cannot deny the impact Currier and Ives had on art depicting American culture. So please enjoy this Madlib with art done in their iconic style. Good morning, Honey Magpie. Now this is probably the closest that it got.
I was gonna say I could definitely see that on a plate.
Yeah. It's very cute. And yes, this is definitely something I could see on a plate, or I could see it in like a wall hanging or something, or on the top of a tin. You know, those tins that had Currier and Ives stuff on it. I could see it on top of that. Can you please swing by the supermarket today and pick up a few things? Here's what we need. We need a very, very short, gray-haired lady.
I thought it was a blonde girl, but hey, whatever.
But she also kind of looks like a cardboard cutout. She looks kind of flat.
Maybe it's a party decoration.
Get the weird impression that the man and the woman are dancing with each other, which just seems like a weird thing to do with a shopping cart.
With the baby lady.
With the baby lady in the shopping cart. A fresh fence melon. Make sure to squeeze it first to see if it's lumbering. That's a very, very big melon.
It's very vivid.
It's very fresh. It's very fresh. It might be bleeding. We're not sure. It might be bleeding.
Yeah, that's what I'm Fence melons might be mammals.
9 cornflower blue apples. The kind you use for farting. It's a lot more than 9. I said 9,
well,
not 9 billion.
But it looks like they're balloons, which you can make farting noises with.
That's true. I didn't think of that, but that's true. You know what this almost reminds me of? It almost reminds me of those old Macintosh ads where they had a bunch of repeating patterns, like all the people standing at desks facing the same direction, and then the one person was different and they would come through. 1 carton of Cheese Whiz. Don't forget to check the expiration date. Cheez Whiz. Apparently in this universe, they're
bugles.
Chips. Yeah, they're bugles in this universe. And they come in cartons.
I mean, I could see Cheese Whiz chips.
They'd probably be good. I mean, I'm not gonna lie. I'd probably try them.
Shea Whiz.
Shea Whiz.
It's fancy.
It's the gourmet Cheese Whiz. It's Shea Whiz.
Shea Whiz.
Say cheese. We don't want a repeat of last time, like when we had that two-headed girl.
Oh Lord. Well, maybe they're Siamese.
But this looks like the old Christmas Currier and Ives things. It looks so much like it, except she has 2 heads.
Yeah.
And he looks
there.
And the little kid looks a little developmentally challenged. Just a little bit.
The top hat and the giant pants, it just doesn't match quite right.
No, it kind of makes him look like a vagabond. Like he's a vagabond.
Yeah.
Like these are clothes that he found. Maybe they're a family of vagabonds.
Maybe it's a traveling freak show.
Yeah, so they go door to. It's a door-to-door freak show. And that's the donation thing that he's carrying. It's the door-to-door freak show.
We're going to help.
Now the next thing we need is a large box of Moo O's. The one with the picture of Constantine the Tiger on the front.
Moo O's.
Yeah.
So basically, they're cereal with moo patterns on them?
I mean, I guess you can interpret that however you want. It doesn't really have tigers on the front. But I did get a couple that got tigers on them, but every single one, it made it look like an Asian jewelry box.
Some of those look like they have tiger stripes.
Oh, you're right. They do. Okay, that may be how it incorporated TxTygrr into it.
The background is very Courier and Ives, however.
Yes, it is. Yes, it is. The next thing we need is a dozen snakes. Make sure their shells aren't broken.
Did I give you the word snakes?
Mm-hmm.
Wow.
Yeah, so I really liked this one. I thought it was neat. I liked how the snakes kind of became the trains, and then one of them is just a weird donut.
And yeah, they've got ones like a fence around the house.
2 packages of flexible range hippopotamus breasts.
I don't know what I was expecting.
I didn't know what to expect either.
It wasn't this
it
great.
wasn't this.
I love how they're in these like little slings that I guess help them to stand on 2 legs.
Their breasts are so prominently displayed.
Apparently, hippopotamus breasts can be bare on MidJourney.
Apparently so. And don't forget to belch at the deli counter.
Oh boy, looks a little bit like Mitch McConnell.
I just like the fact that she's belching back too. She's just like, oh yeah, oh yeah, I got you.
This is so good. The ladies over there like, I want to try that, but I want to wait until that guy's gone.
Yeah, she's like giving them side eye. We need sliced peach for little Mark's lunch.
Doesn't look like Mark.
No,
but
definitely not a little Mark, and that is the biggest peach I have ever seen in my life.
I mean, I don't think this is Mark. This is James, and this is the giant peach that he eventually lives in.
Exactly. When you get home, the cleaning and slurping lists are on the fridge. Enjoy your day off.
Okay. Yeah, that's real Courier and Ives.
This is Courier and Ives After Dark.
Wow. Yeah, I don't know if she's like smoking like an e-cig there, or if it's the stove is on fire and she's just using this opportunity to smoke in the house, or like, no one will notice.
That's it for the Madlib. Are you ready for some honorable mentions?
Sure.
Okay, here we go. Can you please swing by the supermarket today and pick up a few things? Here's what we need.
So again, we have a woman in a basket.
Mm-hmm. Being wheeled around by someone
Though this
else.
one looks like she's full size.
Yes, she's
and
full size.
apparently they needed a lot of apples.
Say cheese. We don't want a repeat of last time.
That must be last time. And there's a lot of things we don't want to repeat.
There's lots of weird faces.
Lord.
There's strange eyes. There's weird clothes. The one thing that I can say that is absolutely certain about this picture is they are all drunk AF.
Yeah.
That's what we call
like a wedding.
White girl wasted.
Is this a bachelorette party?
That's what I'm thinking. A bachelorette party, or it's like the reception. It's at the end of the reception, and they're getting a picture of the bride and all the bridesmaids at the end of the night, and this is them at the end of the night. This one was so weirdly unexpected, I had to include it. The prompt for this was a large box of Moo-Moo-Ohs, the one with the picture of Constantine the Tygrr on the front.
Okay. Is he a Siberian tiger?
I don't know. It's weird that it gave me this and it just ignored everything else in the prompt that just had a tiger. And I guess it read into the lore and stuff of Constantine to give it like a look and feel of something from the Constantine universe, possibly.
Oh.
That's it. That's the end of my Madlib.
That was very fun. I'm so glad I thought of that style. It was kind of one of those last minute additions. And
But it worked really well.
It's beautiful. I liked it.
All right. Well, I think it's time. It's time for another issue. Will it blend? Welcome back to the experiment called Will It Blend? This show where we take weird images from last season, stick them in a blender, and make them even weirder. Let's see what we have for this show. Starting with episode number 2. Okay, number 2. And it will be Tygrr's Madlib. Yes, it'll be Brent's Madlib. And which image will it be? It will be image number 1, the first picture from the Madlib. Little thing we like to call CJ's email address. But let's find out what we're going to mix that with. So we're going to episode number 12? No, 11. Episode 11. And this is going to be from Brent's Madlib again. And image number 12. Image 12. The Summer Triangle. So what happens when we take CJ's email address and try to mix it with the Summer Triangle? Those are vastly different styles. Oh, okay, there we go. CJ's email triangle. But we're not done. Let's try another. This time, episode 22. And whose Madlib should it be? It shall be Brent's Madlib again. And we're going to pull image number 10. What have we got? Oh, I remember that abomination. Colorful blow-dried animal hides. That was a very strange episode. Okay. Episode 11 again. And that's going to be my Madlib this time. Finally, I make an appearance. And image number 5. I always thought that one looked like a terracotta warrior. But that was the smartest feeling. I remember that one. Alright, so I can't see how that first image could get any worse. But let's find out what happens when we blend it with this one. Ooh! Smart animal hides. But of course, we have to now blend the blends to find out just how weird it can get. And there we have it. That's actually kind of cute. Smart animal email triangles. Why do they look like hipsters?
Well, that's definitely interesting.
Well, it's your turn now. What you got?
Oh, it is definitely my turn. This was actually an early entry into our list. Now it is time for my Madlib. And it's called Chocolate Town, USA. And it's in the style of Lotte Legerstein.
Nice.
Lotte Lagerstein was a German-Swedish painter born in 1898 in Preußisch Holland, now Pozlek, Poland. She is best known for her realistic and emotive portraits and her works from the Weimar Republic area. Lagerstein's career spanned several tumultuous decades, reflecting the social and political changes of her time. Lagerstein studied at the Berlin Academy of Fine Arts, where she was one of the first women to attend. Her early work quickly garnered attention, and by the late 1920s, she was an established artist in Berlin. Her paintings often depicted modern women capturing the newfound sense of freedom and complexity of the Weimar era. However, her career in Germany was abruptly halted by the rise of the Nazi regime, as she was of Jewish descent. In 1937, she fled to Sweden, where she continued to paint, but struggled to regain the recognition she had achieved in Germany. Lagerstein's artistic style is characterized by its realism and psychological depth. She had an extraordinary ability to capture the essence of her subjects, often portraying them with a sense of introspection and emotional nuance. Her work combines technical precision with a deep empathy for her subjects, resulting in portraits that are both intimate and revealing. She often used a muted color palette with careful attentions to light and shadow, which adds to the emotional resonance of her paintings. One of her most celebrated works is Evening over Potsdam from 1930, which depicts a group of friends in a rooftop setting bathed in the evening light. The painting is notable for its serene yet contemplative mood, reflecting the uncertainties of the time. Another notable work is Self-Portrait with a Cat, 1928, which showcases her ability to combine personal introspection with meticulous detail. In summary, Lotte Lagerstein's work is marked by its emotional depth, technical skill, and insightful portrayal of her subjects. Despite the challenges she faced due to her forced immigration, her legacy as a significant figure in the early 20th century art endures. Her paintings offer a poignant glimpse into the lives and emotions of the people she portrayed, capturing a moment in history with remarkable clarity and empathy. So now please enjoy my Madlib in the style of Lotte Lagerstein. So you heard about her art style. She has different types of art that she was creating at different times in her life. She did a lot of landscapes. She did a lot of cosmopolitan things. She liked to focus on women. You will definitely see this. But I absolutely love this little cover art one because I did ask it to do it in her art style. And it gave me this little miniature village that has kind of like the tilt shift focus that we like so much. Mm-hmm. And I just thought it was so absolutely cute. And it looks like these are made out of chocolate.
And it actually says Hershey, Pennsylvania, which I'm sure that you asked for that.
Welcome to Opulent Town, USA.
Oh, wow, it is Opulent Town. My goodness.
This artwork is very stunning. I think it's beautiful. It almost looks like it could have been rendered in stained glass.
I like all the weird, unusual light fixtures that are mismatched, some of which actually look like they're hanging out over the city, which is really interesting. The girl,
I think it's quite beautiful.
The girl in the really tight outfit needs to go to a chiropractor because no one's head should be able to turn around that far unless they're part owl.
This extremely fat town. I thought that was great. Since it's based on chocolate. This extremely fat town was founded by Milton Hershey when he slept a caviar factory in the early 1900s. He slept it. Well, if that's how you sleep a factory, I think he did a great job while asleep.
Yeah.
And I guess in the back there, that's where they keep the cows.
It's very British looking. It reminds me of the cover of Animals, Pink Floyd. When I was a kid, I don't know if you also were fed this lie as a kid, but that the factories were the cloud factories. Those little, or the refineries, they were cloud factories. That's where they made the clouds. Because you always see the smoke coming out of it.
I never heard that. But
Really? Oh my God.
after a while, Hershey, Pennsylvania became known as the sweetest mint on earth.
It's the sweetest mint on earth.
Well, she is. She did die in Sweden. The sweetest mint. No, but I've got some Thin Mints coffee right here. Since we are talking about Hershey, Pennsylvania, I actually have some Hershey's right here.
Oh.
Would you like one?
Yes, I would. Thank you. Oh, wow. Thanks.
Those really are good. And they're sugar-free. That's because Milton had discovered how to make milk Girl Scout cookies that were sweet, weird, and would only cost 9 cents a gallon. I picked this one because it looks as if the cookie is part of her.
Yeah, I guess. I don't know. I can kind of see her just holding it that way, but yeah, it's weird. What kind of Oreos are these with no cream filling? What the hell? This is the already broken apart. They ate the cream filling first, and all that's left is the cookies.
That's what they give her. Her brother eats all the white stuff.
Right. He gives her just the cookie part.
The town expertly became famous for its pickles.
Oh, really? Okay.
They tried to start up this chocolate thing, but what they get famous for? Pickles.
It was a weird fluke.
The streets are named after chocolate, with the main intersection being Chocolate Foot and Clean Avenue.
chocolate foot. Another little miniature with like tilt shift looking stuff.
Yeah, and also this intersection, it's very haphazard looking. Like,
yeah, it's not a perfect like cross section where or not cross section, but a cross, where streets will cross each other. It's sort of angled and yeah, you get that a lot in cities where the streets follow like a river or something. They're not exactly square. It's like that in New Orleans in some places.
I love how they had the little water tanks on the roofs here and there.
Mm-hmm.
There's a window unit it's sticking out of one of these, or a couple
There's
of these
There's a lot of little tiny details that are really interesting.
The town's streetlights are even shaped like Hershey mammals.
Now that looks like something out of Hershey, Pennsylvania, I would think.
And it looks like a chocolate deer.
It does. It looks like a little, like, charming little shopping village or shopping center that's like next to a touristy area in Hershey, Pennsylvania, where they have like little gift shops and curio shops and
it's like
mom and pop clothing
it's
stores.
Pedestrian only.
Yeah, it's pedestrian only. Yeah, totally. It looks exactly like that.
Today, Hershey is a very pokey place.
Why? Okay, well, I hope that's just made to look like chocolate and not actual chocolate, because after a hot day, that's going to be a big old mess.
I mean, it's got an odd shape, too.
Yeah, it's kind of like a Dalek, kind of like a wiener.
A Dalek. A Dalek wiener. It does look like a Dalek. It's like a Dalek ice cream cone. Because, see, there's something white coming out of the top.
There's something white coming out of the top? Really? After I say it looks a little bit like a penis?
I didn't mean it like that. I meant because it was like ice cream. There are 99 roller coasters there.
Oh, my God.
And the fastest one travels at 75 roses per hour.
Oh my. It's very MC Escher in that it looks like it's curving towards you, but it's going behind the supports that are holding it up where it's currently at on the track. Does that make sense?
Yeah.
Like, if you follow the track, it looks like it's going to come in front of the supports, but it goes behind the supports. So it's very MC Escher in that regard.
And also, there's two trains, like, back to back.
Right next to each other. Yeah, that's very unsafe. But I bet it smells really nice on this ride.
Oh, yeah, with all these roses
sitting on
everywhere.
the side. Yeah.
Just don't eat too many pins before you board, or you'll be sorry.
You shouldn't eat pins in the first place. What's wrong with you? Oh, God. Why?
So remember I told you about that seemingly innocent prompt that only gave me nightmare fuel?
Was this it?
Yeah.
Well, I mean, that's not innocent. You're talking about swallowing pens. It's not innocent. I imagine it would give you nightmare fuel.
I mean, she looks like she's been crying. Her eyes are red. Her nose is red.
Well, she's sorry.
She's ruddy.
Sorry.
Yeah. It's time for some dishonorable mentions.
Okay.
Welcome to Opulent Town, USA.
Okay, yet again, it looks like stained glass everywhere. That's really
Or mosaic
cool.
tiles.
Or mosaic tiles, yeah.
Awesome.
I like this one a lot.
I absolutely love how this turned out. It looks like Times Square. I just think it's
full of
crazy.
energy. It's really full of energy and life and everything. It feels like everything's like super bustly and moving because of all those little pops of color from the tiles.
And so this one I added. Remember, I told you you had a piece of art on Monday that looked like something from here. This was not originally in it, but I added it because it looked so much like your art from there. And you see what I mean, where you get that road stretching out, and it's this extremely fat town was founded by Milton Hershey when he slept a caviar factory in the early 1900s. That's because Milton had discovered how to make milk Girl Scout cookies that were sweet and weird.
That's funny. It's like, is she on Earth? Is she on Earth or some other planet? It's like from the neck down, it's like, oh, it's Earth. But then from the neck up, it's like, ooh, space.
Yeah.
It's interesting.
But I really like how it turned out. It's really cool. I mean, and it's a very good caricature. I mean, today Hershey is a very pokey place.
Oh, that is a very unfortunate looking rabbit.
I got 2 rabbits out of that prompt too, by the way.
Okay, so this is what I see when I look at this rabbit. I see a rabbit that is made out of chocolate that has a thin something that's sewn together that's holding that chocolate in place. Yeah, like thin plastic that's kind of sewn together that's holding it in place. And it's a very hot day. And it's starting to sag and break through at the seams, especially in the upper ears. It's just the chocolate oozing out.
So good.
So gross. So gross. Oh, God.
Yeah, here we come. Because there's a lot of them. Just don't eat too many pins before you build, or you'll be sorry.
Yeah, definitely sorry.
So weird. So weird.
Why does she have half a burger on her head?
Well, I don't know. I mean, it doesn't just say pins. I mean, you can eat other things, I guess, with your pins.
Just not too many of.
I don't know
too many pins.
Covered in ketchup or blood, or there's matches, strawberries.
Again, she has a burger on her head. Why does she have a burger on her head?
A burger with teeth.
With teeth, and then there's a burger on top of that one. So she's being eaten by a burger who's wearing a burger as a hat.
And there's hypodermic needles sticking out of her.
Yes, believe me, that's the first thing I saw. But then I noticed the burger.
And more strawberries.
Running trend. Yeah, more strawberries and, God, okay. Okay, well this just looks like she ate too much. And she's very unhappy with how much she ate.
This is one of the first ones I got, and it was like, oh, it still conveys that you'll be sorry.
Yeah,
totally.
Absolutely. Oh God.
Another
burger on her head. Why is it?
And her mouth is disintegrating.
Oh God. That's messed up.
I told you. Am I not wrong? It is.
No, you are not wrong. It is nightmare fuel.
I think they're all
so weird.
that bad.
Oh God.
It's so, these women are obviously beautiful, but then they're like kind of like over, like their lips are too plumped and their noses are too pixie and their eyes are too big, you know. But everything about them is very attractive, and then they're covered with gore and. It all looks like it could be foodstuffs, but it also looks like it could be bodily fluids, so it's so disconcerting.
Wow, that was a trip. Those last few that was quite a ride there.
I know. Oh, the whole time I'm doing this Madlib, I'm getting all of these pretty, kind of exciting photos. You know what I mean? Pictures. They looked good, but none of them were like ha too much. You know. The pickle prompt was funny, but a lot of it was just this beautiful stuff. And then I got to that prompt, and I could not get anything that wasn't horrifying. Can't wait to see what's next.
All right.
Hint, hint.
Well, with that hint clearly placed in my ear, you know what time it is, right?
Yes, I absolutely do. It's
wheel spinning time! Spin the wheel. Spin the wheel. Spin the wheel. What's it gonna be? A painting or a pile of poop? That is right. It's time to spin the wheel to find out what our themes are going to be like in next week's episodes of MidJourney Madlibs. Last week, we did art themes, and we alternate, so this week, we're going to be doing word themes. So I'm going to spin the wheel 4 times, twice for me and twice for Brent, and that's going to tell us what our word themes are going to be like in next week's episode. Brent, let's do you first. Your first word theme. Holidays.
I can't remember. How do we do that? Do we pick a
the one that's closest to where we are? So that would be probably 4th of July.
Mother's Day.
Oh, Mother's Day. You can do Mother's Day or 4th of July.
Yeah, because when we do this, it'll be closer to the 4th of July.
Okay.
Yeah.
4th of July.
4th of July.
All right. 4th of July it is. All right. Here is your second word theme. Synonyms.
Oh.
All right, that's more work for me.
Okay.
My 2 word themes. My first word theme is going to be TV time.
TV time. We all know what that means, right? Don't we
Yes.
know that?
Well,
Just
in
sit
case
down and watch a show.
Yeah. In case you don't know, I sit down and watch a show and I listen for the words. And when they say the word type that I need to put, that's the word I put in. So it's random based on what I'm watching, which will most likely be a YouTube video or riff tracks. That's pretty much all I watch. Okay. My second word theme. I'm hungry. When's lunch? Food words.
Always a crowd pleaser.
That's correct, because food is weird in AI. Food is just plain weird. Yep.
And we weren't even talking about food. We were just talking about eating pins, and suddenly food's attacking her everywhere.
Right.
Well, the pins are the least of her worries.
All right, so that's it. That's our word themes for next week's episodes of MidJourney Madlibs.
We're finished with another week of MidJourney Madlibs. We're thanking you for coming to see us this summer.
Absolutely.
And we have lots more episodes coming. But remember, if you want to know about it, definitely remind yourself by, clicking that little, what is the little bell? Yes, of course.
Yeah.
Ding!
Yeah.
And of course, subscribe to us and definitely like us. And also, one thing we always are perfectly happy with is comments. They could be bad comments, but we really want to hear the good ones.
All right, well, we're going to get out of here. See ya, Brent, next week. We're going to have 2 more great episodes, and you guys have a great weekend, and we'll see you guys next week. Bye!
Like and subscribe.
The algorithm demands it.